Communication Error.
Welcome to episode 36 of the Communication Error podcast. We're called the community one. I don't know. And as you could tell, I probably sound like crap. My voice is all messed up. So I apologize. Hopefully it's not terrible to listen to, but if you want to tune out, that's fine. But
I think it's a bit of a improvement, to be honest.
So you would have been really happy last week when I had like no voice. I couldn't talk like at all.
Yeah, no, that would have been like my dream, honestly. Because I think even in my dreams, you just are yapping so much if you're in them. And so it is kind of a bummer. You were telling me earlier that you, during your Disney trip, you didn't really have much of a voice. And that to me sounds like the most expensive trip to Disney ever, to not be able to like really enjoy it.
No, I mean, I wasn't sick. I wasn't really sick. Kelsey was more sick than I was. Like, she actually had a sore throat and like she was congested. Sorry, other Disney people, but we spent a ton of money to go there, so we weren't gonna cancel the trip. She did get tested. It wasn't COVID. It was something else. And I clearly have it. So I was also sick. I didn't have a voice. I couldn't really yell on the rides. Like, we did a lot of the like roller coasters and stuff, and I couldn't really yell. So that was weird. Mm-hmm. Like, I tried to, and it would just like not come out. And then I would like try to order something, and it just like wouldn't work.
Dang.
Yeah.
So really what they should have done is just put you in a Disney like mascot outfit.
Yeah.
And you would have just fit right in.
That must be so difficult to not talk. Like, we
to
were
not say anything.
Yeah, to not say anything. Like, we went to a breakfast, and like the Winnie the Pooh characters were there. Mm-hmm. And they went around to everybody and took pictures and stuff like that. But they're not allowed to say anything.
Which is interesting because they do
talk. Yeah, they do talk. And like in Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars World, like the stormtroopers talk, and Kylo Ren talks. They have like a button or something. They have something that has phrases that has them say things, because they always say the same stuff. So I don't know why they don't do that
not
with
them. They're not like speaking into a mic.
No, they're
at
not.
that
No.
moment? Oh, okay.
No, I'm pretty sure, because it's always the same stuff. They always sound the same. Kylo Ren sounds the same. So I don't know why they can't do that for the other mascots.
Yeah.
I guess because their mouth can't move. Like, stormtroopers are wearing a helmet. Yeah. Kylo Ren's wearing a helmet, so you can't see their mouth.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, maybe that's the difference.
But like Winnie the Pooh, his mouth is just open, or Tigger, his mouth is just open.
Uh-huh.
But the real people, like, we went to Cinderella's castle, and we had dinner there, and they had the princesses walking around, and they're just people dressed as the princesses, and they talk. Mm-hmm. They try to, like, this is the Disney episode, apparently. But like, I don't know how well you know Disney princesses.
I mean, I'm familiar, yes.
But there's Merida from Brave.
Brave, yeah.
And she is
really not a Disney princess. If you're going to say that I don't know too much about Disney princesses, and you're going to start with the one from Brave.
Well, she was there.
Pixar. All right.
She was there. And she had a Scottish accent. Tiana from... Oh, man. Princess and the Frog.
I mean, like, I should have been on this trip. It sounds like you don't even know who these characters are.
She had a Southern accent. So, like, they do have to try to... I guess... Yeah, they do have to try to sound like the characters. They also do autographs. And apparently, they all have to know how to do the same autograph. Like, if you play Tigger, you have to sign the same way as everybody else that plays Tigger.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
It's interesting. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, this is the first episode of Communication Error, and we are giving you your
in 2024.
Oh yeah, I guess I probably should have said that. It's not the first one ever. It's the first one in 2024. But it is a special one because it is the community patch notes episode. We just wanted to give a big thank you to all of you that have been listening and supporting us, and everything that you have been saying throughout each episode. If you want to join the Discord, it's in the show notes. You can find us on Com Error Podcast pretty much across all socials, and subscribe to the YouTube and give us 5-star reviews.
Yeah, and also follow us on Spotify. I did want to say we have 69 followers on Spotify. Nice. But yeah, follow us on Spotify. Give us 5-star reviews on Spotify. What else can you do? You do a lot of things. Like the videos on YouTube.
Yeah. You can shout
comments.
us out on other podcasts or creators like content for no reason. No
Yeah,
context
just self-promote
whatsoever.
us.
Just yeah.
We give you permission.
Johnny, how should we go about this? Should we just read each thing that we got, each question, comment?
Yeah, we can do that. So
all right,
this episode, we're going through questions that were asked by the community across all platforms. We told everybody that we were going to do this, so we got some good questions.
Yeah. So Flea is going to kick us off here in the Discord that says, is there anything that could be a deal breaker with Nintendo's next system that would prevent you from buying it?
No.
And I was, well, so I knew you were going to say no. Like, that just seems like there's nothing for you that would break it. But honestly, if there was one thing, like if you really had to think about it, that is a deal breaker, what would it be for you?
Skyward Sword is the only game at launch.
All right.
No, actually, I don't know. If it was handheld only, I would really consider not getting it.
That's interesting. Which, I mean, I don't think that it will be. I think it's still going to be hybrid. I don't think they're going back to a console and handheld market.
Yeah, I doubt it. They can't. They have to realize that they can't support both anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, the DS and Wii era was huge for them.
Yeah.
But I can't remember how that production was. Like, what were they able to release games, first party games, all the time, or were there gaps? I don't remember.
I feel like there were gaps because they were going from one to the other. But I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to think back to like when we actually had, which the DS is turning 20 this year. That's crazy.
Is that, it came out in 2004?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know in the 3DS and Wii U era, there were gaps, but that was probably for another reason. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Wii U wasn't doing too well. So they probably just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there were some good games on 3DS to kind of back up the Wii U. I guess for me, not so much that it would be a deal breaker and I would just have to accept it. And I think it would just be kind of a bummer is if it is just a digital system. They're not releasing physical media anymore. Which if that happens, I've talked about it before, like that sucks. But also it's not going to stop me from enjoying the games that they're putting out. Everything else is digital in my world, like streaming and music and streaming shows and movies. So if it's just like they decide that they're going digital, I think that's going to upset a lot of people, but I don't think it's going to stop them from buying the next console. If they want to play Mario, if they want to play Zelda, Splatoon, if their Metroid Prime 4 ever comes out.
I highly doubt Nintendo would be the first one to go digital only. Like, I could see PlayStation being like, hey, we're PlayStation, you're going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have a digital only system, so.
Right.
Same with Xbox. They have a digital only system.
Well, that's why I was confused when you said that they would be the first ones because
Well, because
like
PlayStation
really,
is less consumer friendly
yeah.
than Xbox. And
So I don't. I guess. Go ahead.
and PlayStation, I don't know. They're just everybody gives Nintendo a bad rap for their business decisions, but man, Sony is terrible.
In what ways?
I mean, they were like deleting stuff off the store recently.
Yeah, that was what, last month that they talked about that.
Yeah, and they raised the price of their online for no reason.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess for
they
me,
told
like,
Insomniac to lay off people.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like, do you think? I obviously hope that they're supporting Insomniac during this time. But I also think that maybe they're like, oh well, people are now probably excited for what we have coming out. Maybe, I don't know. They're thinking more business than supporting the devs, which is, I hope, not the case, but I don't know. I mean, I think that's kind of where their heads might be.
Yeah, I mean, I think people put devs on a pedestal. Like, I agree the actual people developing the games should not be, like, they should be protected. But the overall corporate conglomerate of Insomniac, like, who cares, man? They're trying to make money.
Sure, but I mean, like, it's also, I don't know. It's, you wouldn't like being attacked like that.
If I was a developer, if I was an actual lowly developer,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
And-
yeah,
and
of
all
course I
your
wouldn't like that. But if I'm a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, like, you should be scrutinized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bobby Kotick is gone, and everybody's happy about it, but he got paid millions of dollars to leave.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're not wrong.
So, like, I don't
It's
care about
basically
those
just
people.
A slap on the wrist. Yeah.
I care about the workers, like the, probably $20 to $30 hour workers, testers. I care about those people. I don't care about if some CEO gets his information leaked. Like, that should be public knowledge anyway.
Because they're
It's a public
CEOs,
company. Yeah, it
because
should be public knowledge.
All right. Well, we still have a lot.
And they're millionaires. Who cares?
Flea asks, "Do you have any pets? If so, tell us a little about them."
I have 2 cats. They are, I think, 12 and 13 now. One is a calico. She is the alpha, but like kind of a jerk. Mm-hmm. And she's the younger one. She was definitely the runt of the litter. They came from 2 different litters, and they're a year apart. And then I have a black cat, Pandora, and she's sweet, but also like she's a cat, so she's kind of a jerk too. Like we just got back from the trip,
yeah,
and she like wanted to be around us for half a day
because she was upset.
Yeah, she was upset.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that like people are gonna think that we became friends because we both have cats, but that's not. And I said for friends. I don't know if I really believe
acquaintances.
That either. That kind of just came out of my mouth. That was weird. But yeah, I also have 2 cats. They are 8, I think. They are named Violet and Dash from The Incredibles because they're brother and sister. One is a tuxedo cat, that's Violet, and then Dash is a Russian blue. And their names actually worked out perfectly. Like, Hannah and I have always had, if we've had pets, we've named them after like Disney characters, just kind of as a fun little, like, that's our thing. So we just kind of kept that going, and we said Violet and Dash. Well, the first night that we brought them home, Dash is like sprinting around the room, just going crazy. So it like really
got the
fit his
zoomies.
name. Yeah. And then Violet, she went missing. we didn't know where she was, and it was like a good 20 minutes of us looking for this little kitten that somehow got underneath our nightstand and got into one of the drawers, and that's where she was. So she went invisible, and it's just like, I don't know. Their names fit so well, and even to this day, Violet is afraid of people. Some people, if she doesn't know who you are, she's gonna go upstairs and hide under the bed. But she just goes missing. And then Dash is the very like kind of charming, like, hey, give me all the attention, the same way that Dash is in The Incredibles. So yeah, those are my pets. Do you see yourself getting another cat or dog?
Yeah. When
Yeah.
the inevitable happens,
Right.
we'll probably get another cat. Especially if one of them is still alive. Like, I think we'll probably get another cat. Also, I don't think I said what my calico's name was. Her name is Calypso, and I don't know if you know anything about Calypso. She's the like sea goddess of like chaos, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And
No.
that name fits that cat 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad to me that you're like, oh, they're so mean. Like, are they're mean to you guys?
No, I mean, it's not. She's just kind of a jerk. I don't know. Like, cats are jerks, but I still love her. Like,
Yeah.
she's a jerk to her sister.
Uh-huh.
She's a jerk to us. But, like, she's still the best. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, our cats, like, they'll fight with each other as, brother and sister, just sibling fights, but they don't really like scratch us or anything. Like, if they do, it's on accident.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, she doesn't do that.
yeah, at an early age, like, we would just get into their personal space basically and just kind of cuddle with them. And so they just got used to it. So like, we can put our face in front of Violet's face and she's fine with it. Same with Dash. Dash loves the attention, so he wants that anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like my cat attacks people. She's just a jerk. I don't know. She's just a jerk. Like,
She's a cat. Yeah.
she's a cat. Yeah.
Also, Flea says, what's a non-gaming hobby you have?
Hold on, I gotta think for this. Hopefully it shows up. Hold on.
Oh, dang. For the audio listeners, John Ebo has pulled out his lightsaber, and I don't mean that as a euphemism. Like, that's just,
No, I don't know if this is a hobby, but we're big Star Wars fans. And we built some lightsabers.
Yeah,
More lightsabers.
you brought home 4 of them.
We got 4 lightsabers. We built 2. And I got Cal Kestis, and Kelsey got Kanan Jars from Rebels. We already have 4 at home. Because last year we built 2, and then I got Luke's last year, and she got Leia's.
Dang. So wait, how many do you have total?
We have 8.
Then? Okay, I'm not the accountant, so I when you're talking numbers, it's just in my head, and it like goes in one ear right out the other.
Yeah, we have 8 so far. We'll definitely get more. I want, like, there's definitely a lot that I want. I want Ezra's. I want Ahsoka's are really cool. But yeah, Star Wars, I don't know if it's a hobby, but it's a special interest.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's a hobby if you enjoy talking about it, right?
Yeah. And
I don't know what the definition of a hobby is. I think it's just
Yeah, I
like
don't
the thing
know.
you like doing.
Things
or
you
the
like to
thing you
do.
enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we watch like Star Wars a lot. Lego, we got really into Lego. You can see some Lego behind me. We're building a city right now, which we actually have to take down because we're getting our floor fixed. So
Oh, okay.
we have to like take it down for a bit, but we'll put it back up. And once I get it like under control, I'll share some pictures and stuff of that.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. How long does that take to like
How long?
build a city? Like how far are you guys in the process of that?
I mean, we've only really been into Lego for like a year, a little over a year.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's not like we're specifically building or getting things for the city. Like we buy a building and that will go in our city. Like I just got the Avengers Tower that will go in the city.
Yeah.
We have Daily Bugle. We have Sanctum Sanctorum. The Disney Castle. Like it's a ridiculous city.
That sounds like a cool city.
But yeah, we've been working on it for about a year, and it's pretty cool. We got lights on it and everything. So
That's cool. I guess for me, I really enjoy watching movies or TV shows when I can. We just finished Blue Eye Samurai.
oh,
Like
we watched
within
the video of best TV shows in 23, and Blue Eyed Samurai was number one. Would you
Oh,
agree?
really?
Yeah.
Of like all TV shows
Of all TV shows in 23.
Wow. I would really have to think about it, but I did enjoy it. I think it's very interesting. There's a lot more naked animated body parts than I thought there were.
Put this
going
on
to
my
be.
list. Number one.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It was really good. And apparently, like, we were looking to see if it got a second season or it got renewed. And within 2 weeks, Netflix gave it a second season.
So for listeners, the concept is the main character is half Japanese, half white, right?
Yeah.
And she is a woman. She's a woman, but she has to disguise herself as a man. It's not safe for a woman in this era of Japan. And it's not
Yeah, it's
safe
1663 in Japan.
it's not safe for a mixed race person and white people in general in that era, because it was shut down and cut off, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all animated. I mean, if you like shows like Invincible, this is probably going to be your kind of show. It gets kind of gory, but also gut-wrenching in some episodes. So yeah, no, I recommend it. I also really enjoy basketball. I'm a big basketball fan. Like right now, I'm recording this episode while a Nuggets game is going, and they're in the fourth quarter. I'm looking at
There's
my phone.
like
I have like
80
the live
games.
action.
There's like 80 games. It doesn't
No.
matter.
So it always matters. Every game
Nah.
matters. Every game matters.
Now it's like baseball. You watch in April and then you don't watch again until September because it doesn't matter.
Wow, not a big fan of Philly, are you?
No, I do. I mean, I love the Phillies.
Uh-huh.
I love the Eagles.
But
I
you
also
can't
hate the
watch every
Phillies and I
game?
hate the Eagles.
All the Philly teams.
Yeah.
Because
But
I
no,
mean,
I-
Sixers right now, they're doing really well.
Yeah,
They're in
until the playoffs and
third,
the
I
choke.
think.
And don't like
Yeah.
20 teams get in the playoffs? Like, isn't it like everybody gets in the playoffs in
Not
basketball?
everybody.
It's pretty
not
much everybody. It's pretty
All
much
right,
everybody.
well, See, like I get to talk about my hobby, and then you just crush it. I didn't say anything about your Lego City and how it's a bummer that
How
there's
lame it
Lego-
is.
There's you're probably stepping on Lego all the time, and
No, we keep it pretty clean.
yeah, I would imagine you have to. That would all of that Lego just everywhere and like pieces that you are looking for, like you have to keep it organized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they give you bags.
Well, yeah. Are you not like building your own?
Oh, no, we're not. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want to do that.
Well, that's lame. So, Clockwork Clone asked, "What's it like to have hair?"
It's pretty.
He said
pretty
this
good.
jokingly, but I added it in there because I think it's funny. Yeah, well, it pisses me off honestly that you have a great set of hair. I'm just gonna say it.
It's
And
called
you,
branding, you know?
You keep it, yeah, but you keep it under your hat every time.
Yeah. I mean, I got it. Maybe I get the brand on my forehead and then I could just have
Yeah, there you go.
not again.
I one time asked, so like we had a veteran come into one of our like history classes, and the teacher asked us like, do you have any questions for this veteran? And I was curious, and I asked him, what's it like not to have hair? And apparently that was a really rude question, but I was like, I don't know what it's like not to have hair. And I got a very dirty look from the veteran. I got a very dirty look from my teacher. And I still think that, like, to this day, I don't think I did anything wrong. I was curious.
I mean, I don't know. It's very touchy, especially for men. Like,
Yeah.
Balding, male balding.
Yeah.
People could be self-conscious about it,
Well, and that's kind of what I'm getting at is like, I don't know, since maybe 20, I've been losing my hair a little bit, and I've been trying to like keep up with it. But I also kind of like what you were saying, like you're self-conscious, but it's just part of aging. And it's
Well, I mean,
think
that's why people don't like it, because
yeah, but it should be
you
seen
don't
as more.
you don't want to age.
I know, but like, but why? Like, that's just part of life. Like, shouldn't that be seen more as a beautiful thing that like we're aging and this is the person that we're supposed to be, instead of trying to fix ourselves into the thing that like I don't like that we're trying to change ourselves into a different version of ourselves than what we're supposed to go through. I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, I get that there's some people that
It's not about that, though. It's about like your youth is fading,
Mhm.
and you're closer to death.
Depends on how you look at it. I mean, true, like that factually, I guess you're closer to death, but you don't know how much time you have left. Right?
You'll understand when you'll understand when you get older. I don't know. I have like, I don't know about existential crisis. I don't want to go that far, but I always I get a little down sometimes when I'm like, oh man, remember when I could walk a couple miles without hurting, or like I wake up without back pain, or like, I don't know, you just miss some things of your youth. That's why we play video games, right? Because we feel like kids again.
Yeah, sure. But there's things that can make you feel that way. But I don't know why, like, I don't know. I guess I could go down a whole rabbit hole of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not certified
Exactly.
in any way to talk about that kind of stuff.
All right, well, Clockwork Clone also says, I didn't have time to prepare something more meaningful and / or creative, but I did want to get something in, so I'll just ask this. Johnny Bo, can you tell me something that Super Mario World does better than Super Mario Bros. 3? And Cheesy, can you tell me something that Super Mario Bros. 3 does better than Super Mario World?
So, I love Super Mario World. Like, it's Super Mario Bros. 3 and then Super Mario World. It's not like I don't. It's not like I don't like Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that it does better than 3, the secrets. I mean, there's just more of them.
Yeah.
Like Star Road is really cool. I wish 3 had something like that, but other than that, nah.
All right. Well, you gave it the old college try. I think honestly, Clockwork Clone gave me a layup because obviously what 3 has that Mario World doesn't is power-ups.
Frog suit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, the only power-up in World is the cape.
Well, you have the fire. I mean, you have your classics.
Yeah. But like any kind
Yoshi.
of new addition. Yeah, but Yoshi is, I think, looked at more as a companion than a power-up. It's not like a suit that you're putting on.
Yeah. I don't know. Yoshi, I think, was supposed to be like the power up in that game.
Yeah, and I get that, but when you look at 3, you have the raccoon suit, the tanuki suit, the frog suit. Um, you can be a boot. Like there's just
Hammer
so much.
Bro,
Oh yeah, the hammer bro, the cloud.
the P-Wing. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I don't. I mean, I think that was pretty easy to answer, but I still like Mario World better
Now
than 3.
I'm thinking of like a Mario games and like what power ups they have. And Wonder had, like I said, 3 new ones, right? It had the elephant,
Yeah,
the drill hat,
and the bubbles.
and the bubbles. Yeah, so I guess they don't have too many variety. Galaxy has a
For-
bunch.
Uh-huh. Or were you talking about for like each game?
Yeah, I was just
Or-
thinking, like, do a lot of games even have that many extra power ups? And I don't think so. Maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because 3D World has like the cat suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the double cherry.
Is okay. This is a question. Is Odyssey? Does that have power ups?
No.
I don't think so either. 'Cause
No, I
it's
call them
just
like
Chappie.
transformations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't call that a power up.
So then, like, would the power ups be transformations then? Because like with Wonder, he turns into an elephant,
Yeah.
and it's not a suit. He's like transforming into an elephant.
Yeah, no, I think that still counts. Because you get a little power up guy.
Oh yeah, like the little elephant balloon or what was that?
I don't know. There's no explanation. Like why is it there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why in the Flower Kingdom do they have these elephant power up things?
Yeah. No lore on that one. Maybe there is.
Maybe there is. Yeah, we'll wait for the art book to come out if there is one. Going back to Flea, they say, John Ebo, I'm an accountant in real life.
Sorry to hear that.
At my previous job, I had nothing in common with any of my colleagues. I didn't talk about video games in the office. I didn't share about how all I wanted to do all weekend was play video games. However, I started a new job in September, and this time around, my direct manager is a big video gamer and plays all the same types of games I do, mostly Nintendo and PC indies. And it's like a whole other world. I can actually talk about my interests at work, and someone actually engages with me and gets excited to talk about the same things. It's really crazy to me how there are so many nerds in finance/accounting world, and yet how many of them are not video game nerds. Somehow that really blows my mind. And I don't know. I guess it's nice that he brought up that he feels like he's able to talk about the things that he loves and is like connecting with other people. Because for you, like you play games with some of your coworkers, don't you? Like you guys have Mario Kart nights?
Well,
Or-
I mean,
or
not
day?
really. I mean, we did it like once, and actually there used to be a guy. He was in IT, and we would play Switch on lunch. Like we would play Mario Kart and Smash and stuff like that. But he left, so I don't have him anymore. There is another guy that we do talk about games. We don't really play the same games. He does a lot of PC stuff. He does play Pokemon. But I mean the people that I play Mario Kart with, like I don't know how to explain it. All right, I'm going to talk about it in like high school terms. All right.
Okay.
So there's like cliques at work. High school
Okay.
never ends, by the way. No, high school never ends. Pulling
Yeah.
for soup.
Yeah.
But high school
I got
never
that
ends.
reference.
Yeah. High school never ends. There's always cliques. There's people that are like the cool kids and the nerds and the band geeks and stuff like that. So the people that I play with Mario Kart, they would be like the cool kids, you know. They'd be like the captain of the football team and the head cheerleader or whatever. I'm more of the nerd side where like I have to hold back my knowledge of video games. Like,
Okay.
like sometimes people talk about playing games and they're talking about like, I don't know, Fortnite and Call of Duty. I'm like, oh yeah, I play video games too. I don't get into like these random indie games that I like to play. Like they would not understand Hades or
But see, like this is the thing I think people need to do is like telling your story.
they don't want to. They're not.
It's a it's
They're
a gift.
casuals. They're casuals. They want to play Mario Kart and that's it.
But think about like you brought up Hades, and if there's more people out in the world that need to know about Hades,
Okay.
I think that
okay. I was thinking about Hades.
uh-huh,
You want to know why?
because Hades 2.
No, well, yeah, that. But
Okay.
we've been watching Percy Jackson
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and the Olympians on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. Hashtag not an ad. However, it is pretty good. I've been really enjoying it. We watched the movies as well because there's only like 2 or 3 episodes out of the show, and we wanted to watch it compared to the movies, which I think we saw the movies before. The movies are not great. They're not good. But I love Greek mythology. And watching that stuff again, or watching this stuff, made me want to play Hades again.
Have you?
I have not, but I will. Honestly, I haven't played a game yet. I haven't played a game in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
But I love Greek mythology. There's not a lot of things out there that are Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And Hades is perfect if you like Greek mythology, or Percy Jackson for that type of experience.
See, and like if you could just tell these people the experience that
try.
they're missing out. It doesn't sound like you tried.
Well, the cool kids, they don't care. They they were talking about Joe Rogan. All right, so that's the type of people we're dealing with.
Gotcha. So they don't care about Greek mythology then?
No.
Maybe. We don't
Maybe
know.
not. I don't know.
It's funny you brought up Hades though, because that's literally what I've been playing the past like week. I got back into Hades because there's just still so much that I need to do that I didn't do before. And like I'm furthering relationships by gifting that like nectar.
Ambrosia.
To, certain what does that mean? I don't know what that
It's called
word means.
ambrosia.
I thought it was nectar.
It's ambrosia, the nectar of the gods.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I
So
was
fancy.
Kelsey's really into it too. So we've been talking about like the mythology, and I was telling her about like what gods are in Hades, and she's like, "Oh, that makes sense why their powers are that, because they're like the god of courage, or god of like strategy, or I don't know."
Yeah.
And like,
But,
so that's been good.
That's awesome. No, I mean I agree with you. And Hades is awesome, so people should all play Hades. Johnny, you haven't read any yet, and I feel bad. You want to read some of these?
All right. So Jeff Troyvania says, I know travel isn't necessarily cheap, but Cheesy and Johnny should come up to Boston for PAX East in 2024. It's March 21st to the 24th. I had a blast last year going for just one day. So next year I'm going there for all 4 days. So unfortunately, that is a very bad time for me. And that's what, like, I need a new job. I really do. Like, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of tax accounting, because I don't have a life for 6 months from the end of January. So coming up here really soon to mid-April, then from like August through mid-October, I don't have a life. And that's when all the cons are, like PAX East is always March. I would have went to E3, but that's gone.
Yeah.
And last year I wanted to go to Nintendo Live, but that was during September, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I gotta get out.
I would love to go to a con. I've not been to one yet. So So maybe this will be the year that I go to one, but I always think about, how much money I need to put back, and things are just so expensive today that it's like I just don't know if that's something that I can even do. I would love to in 2024, and maybe I will. Maybe it's wrong to think that I won't.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, there you go.
Just make minute-long TikToks every day.
Yeah, I know. And I haven't since the holidays, really. I haven't really been on like social media that much, which has been kind of nice, but at the same time, I miss seeing everybody.
Back to work.
Yeah, seeing everybody in the community and just gaming in general, and like the friends that we know. That's like, the only way that we get to communicate with them. We don't see them in person. So I hope that people are still around on social media. It's kind of a weird, like, it's in a weird place right now because it's all bots and AI that.
You're looking in the wrong spot.
You think so?
You're wrong. Everybody's on Twitter.
Okay.
Everybody's on TikTok.
I just don't. I'm not. Well, yeah, TikTok I think is different though, because you have to make the content in front of a camera. With Twitter, you don't have to do that. And like sometimes I feel like I'm not seeing people's posts unless you're like in the following page. And even then I feel, or the For You page. But then I still feel like I'm missing out on some of my friends' posts.
You can just search.
Yeah. I don't know. But it's surprising to me. Like I looked up your name earlier because I was trying to get some questions on Twitter, and there's like 3, 4, maybe 5 different posts that I have not seen from you, and it's just weird to me. I would think that if those are the people you're following, you should be able to see their posts, but
yeah, but that's not how he makes money. So
I know. Bozo had this comment, and they were catching up on some of our episodes. They listened to the nostalgia episode of us talking about like nostalgia blinders, and they said sweeping statements like all N64 games are bad are only true if you scrutinize all retro games with a modern perspective. Many of them are perfectly fine if you can appreciate the historical context and are willing to adapt to a control scheme that doesn't conform to the modern standard. They're not all untouchable masterpieces like some would have you believe, i.e. GoldenEye, but they're also not unplayable garbage either. Oh, and I'm in complete agreement that video game storytelling is poorly matched for the medium across the board. I'm of the belief that video game storytelling is not the literal narrative that's being conveyed, but the evolution of gameplay concepts from start to finish. A story of interactivity, I guess you could say. As such, a game like Mario Wonder, for example, has so much more to say than the typical cinematic AAA fare, because it's telling a story in the language of game design. I'd be very interested in an entire podcast dedicated to this topic if you ever decide to do one. So on the first comment, I think it's true what they said. Like we do say maybe N64 games haven't aged well, so
they're bad.
Deem them
I disagree with that comment. They're bad.
You just in general, like even at the time of when they were made, you think
at the time, but we're not in the time that they're made.
Yeah, but the point that they're trying to make
no.
That
so the point is you have to have all of these exceptions. Okay, this game doesn't hold up well, but if you want to hurt your hands with a terrible control scheme and look at these horrible graphics, it's okay. No. No, it's a bad game. It doesn't hold up.
Right, it doesn't hold up now.
It's a bad game.
It wasn't a bad game when they made it.
It was. We just didn't know it.
I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like you can argue that like we've come so far, and because of the N64, we are where we are today. I mean,
SNES games hold up way more than N64.
We had a Legend of Zelda 3D, like that was mind blowing.
Is fine.
Okay.
But like, why would you play the N64 version? That would be stupid. Play the 3DS version because it's better.
No, okay, but I agree. I agree that now it's
Yes,
better. But
now
then at the time, it was still great too.
the Water Temple still sucked
That's
at the
true.
time.
Yeah.
Also, SNES games are better than N64 games.
They still hold up today?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Have you beat Super Mario RPG?
No.
See?
But that's not, I'm not saying it's a bad game.
You can't make that argument if you like. Why haven't you beat it then?
Because I just don't like that formula right now. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad game. Like Super Mario World, you could play that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Over Mario 64.
Today?
Yes. Super Mario Bros. 3, easily better than Mario 64. The 64 games suck. That's just a fact.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if it's a fact. Like, I don't know. I agree they don't age well. But when they were being made,
When you have to put asterisks in front of it, it's bad.
all right. Well, let's move on to the next part of this, which is storytelling in video games. I know that you're very passionate about this topic because you don't care for story.
These stories always suck.
Do you agree that Mario Wonder has more storytelling than, say like Spider-Man 2?
I mean, Mario Wonder doesn't have a story.
But that's what they're saying is within the game design, it's telling a story.
I mean, I don't know if that's really a story.
I think anything could be a story if you want it to be.
I mean, I prefer Mario Wonder over Spider-Man. But not because I don't know. I think games like Dark Souls and like From Software games, they have like atmospheric storytelling or I forget what they call it. But it's not like cutscene after cutscene in your face. And I much prefer that kind of storytelling than cutscene after cutscene.
Yeah, so I was thinking about you because I mentioned this on Nintendo Powercast, which is our weekly Nintendo weekly Nintendo news show with N64 Josh and Crawler. They've both been on the show. Go listen to it; it's really good. But we talked about Another Code, which was a game I was excited to try out because it's one of those games that people are talking about that was
3 people are talking about.
Okay. Well, I tried out the demo and you definitely would not like it. And I almost kind of want you to play it just so I can hear your reaction to it. It is a slog to get through that demo. It is so slow. The pacing is really bad. And it's just unnecessary cutscenes for oh, this is a door. And I got to show you what the door looks like, and then it brings you back into
well, that's
the
loading
gameplay.
Screen.
I know, but it's unnecessary. I get that it's a loading screen, but it's so much. And
yeah, just admit that stories in video games suck, and they always will be. You can't tell a cohesive story over 35 hours. You can't.
What do you mean?
It's
can't
too
tell
long.
a cohesive story for video games?
Yeah.
Because you can tell a cohesive story in with a series.
Can you though?
It's the same thing. Yeah. What do you
There's
mean?
always parts in a series that are like, oh, this is pointless.
Maybe not always. I guess if you're looking for plot holes specifically, I don't know. I just feel like there's always you can always poke the story, I guess.
So we started watching Silo. I don't know if you ever heard of this.
Yeah, it's on Apple.
It's on Apple. Apple Plus has some of the best shows there are.
I would agree.
Period.
Like when it comes to like the whole streaming conversation and what is necessary and prices are always rising, I think Apple is one of the top platforms, surprisingly, that has great content, and then maybe Max is second.
I feel like nobody talks about the Apple TV shows
I know.
except for Ted Lasso, which is fantastic. I agree.
Yeah.
But there's so much more out there on Apple Plus that is just really good. So we just started watching Silo, and it's this sci-fi thriller, and the way they could build the tension is so good. You don't know what's happening. And I feel like video games just throw everything in your face. Like I'd rather like try to discover it on my own. Like try to figure out, oh, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Not like cut to the villain being like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a big thing that I have a problem with in storytelling or Hollywood storytelling is they do a lot of tell, not a lot of show. And that's kind of what you're looking for is just you want them to show you how the characters are feeling at that time versus them telling you how they're feeling.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they treat the audience like a bunch of idiots most of the time,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
They're like, oh, these people are idiots. They can't figure this out on their own.
Oh, here's the bomb. How are we going to, what's the word that I'm, how do you defuse a bomb?
It, yeah.
Diffuse.
Or they like
maybe
they show something.
Tell me some stuff.
They show something happen to a character. We literally just see it, and then that character goes to tell somebody, "This just happened to me." Like we know, or like we know who the villain is, and they think it's just this dramatic reveal. Like we know.
Yeah.
Like that's not good writing.
Yeah. And I mean, I agree with you when it comes to video games. I also want to discover things on my own. And that's why I think with the example of Another Code, it is a mystery game. I don't want to be told everything that I have to be doing or like all of the different like characters that I'm meeting. Like let me figure it out on my own. Let me see what I can find versus like, I guess being told like, oh, hey, go check that thing. I bet it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think we're dummies. They think we're dummies.
I mean, I think sometimes we are dummies. So
okay, full disclosure.
Can't really blame them.
I bought Pokemon Violet from my nephew. He's 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I did not realize what 7-year-olds are capable of.
Oh, no. What do you mean?
Because apparently that game is too confusing for them.
And you're always saying that Pokemon is a little baby
Well, it is
game.
a little kid, literally a little kid game. Probably like 9 or 10 years old, not 7.
Just up the age a little bit. Yeah, for your
But yeah, I didn't
argument.
realize. Like he started playing it when he was at my house, and he's like, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, oh man, like he couldn't get out of the house.
Oh,
Like the first house.
yeah.
Because he had to like go talk to like all these different people. He'll figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't too happy with my first Pokemon game. It was Pokemon Red. And I got to, I don't know, is that the first gym that you have to learn how to cut a tree?
Yeah, you have to get the HM cut.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't understand what it was that I needed to do. The tree was blocking the way. And I think that's where I ended. Obviously, I've played it since then. But when I was a kid, like that was not a fun time for me.
He'll just watch YouTube videos on how to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Or won't even do it. Just watch somebody else do it.
yeah, exactly.
No Less Guy said, my New Year's resolution this year is a bit ambitious. I already volunteer once every 2 weeks at my local library with their Pokemon League for the trading card game. However, once every other week isn't really enough time to hone skills and just appreciate the hobby. So I'm going to be working with my local trading card shop to host Pokemon oh my god, TCG events every Monday. Hopefully, we can start an official league before the end of the year and get more folks in our small local community, while just giving the kids a better opportunity to play more. I just thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Add that in there. Yeah. That's all you have to say?
I don't know. I don't like people. I wouldn't do it.
So if you were like in their shoes, you wouldn't like try to bring Pokemon to others?
Well, I tried. It's too difficult for them.
Going back to high school.
I don't know. It's cool. I mean,
no, you're talking about your nephew.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your employees.
No Less Guy also recommended me a game. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Nonograms Prophecy. It's like a Picross type game. And it's like $2, or I think it was $2. And I played it on the plane. So I appreciate the recommendation.
Nice.
I did play it.
I'll let you read these next ones because I feel like I've been hogging all the questions.
So McCoy Maddie on Twitter says it's a very entertaining podcast. Thank you. I'm glad I stumbled upon you guys. Also, I hope to see more guests such as Stealth 40K in 2024. Well, here is some good news. We already had Stealth on the podcast.
No, I think that's what they're saying. Is like they hope to see more guests like Stealth. Or maybe they don't know that Stealth was on there.
Well, Stealth was on the podcast, episode 30, if you want to go listen. Wait, hold on. I lost my spot. Okay. What are some remasters or remakes you'd like to see either on the Switch or Switch 2? I'd love to see an HD2D Chrono Trigger.
What's your answer, Johnny?
On the Switch 2?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, always Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Just port that, whatever. Trying to think.
I know because I feel like we just have had a lot of good remakes and remasters lately.
I would love to see Mario Kart Double Dash come back.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would be a different enough experience to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or whatever's next.
Yeah. I mean, like people would buy it if it was a Mario Kart Double Dash. But like we've also seen those courses in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, but there's no double drivers.
Yeah. There's double item boxes.
Or special items.
Yeah, those were cool. Like the special character items.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see them just put like a Double Dash mode in the next Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would be a good one.
Or Bloodborne on Switch 2.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like the first one that comes to mind for me is Banjo-Kazooie, but we've already had that. I think I would just like to have it on Switch or the next Nintendo console.
We already had that?
Don't they? With the
I guess they have the 360 version.
Yeah, the rare replay.
Yeah. I don't know if that I guess that isn't like an HD version. There's a rumor that there's a new Banjo-Kazooie in the works. There's also a rumor that we were supposed to get a new Zelda game or another Zelda game by the end of 2023. And that didn't happen. Don't listen to insiders. They're always wrong.
Yeah, but I did hear an insider tell
Boo,
me.
wrong.
It is. since it is January 1st, that Nintendo Direct is soon. So,
Oh wow. Watch, they
Yeah.
just don't have any directs anymore. There's this one YouTuber, I'm not gonna name names. All they do is clickbait about Switch 2. That's all they do.
and does it work?
And people watch it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Go ahead. I was going to read the next ones, but you take over.
Mikey says, which game are you looking forward to most in 2024?
It's got to be Hades 2. I feel
You
like
think that's
it's
coming out in
Hades-
2024? I don't know.
What? They're supposed to have early.
They had the early test for Hades 1. I don't know if they released it in the same year. But, I mean, Hades 2,
Sorry.
yeah.
I thought I had to sneeze. Yeah, you don't think that's coming out this year?
I probably will. It's more likely than Silk Song.
At this point, yeah.
I'm excited for the new 3D Mario game.
That's coming out in 2024.
That's coming out in 2024.
All right, man. We'll hold you.
No,
to
I
that.
actually am really excited for Prince of Persia. That comes out here in a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, when is that? January.
January 18th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. But that's like the biggest game that you're most excited for in 2024.
I mean,
We've had this
there's not
conversation,
much
so
coming
I-
out in
we don't need-
2024, so yeah. Like, what else? Princess Peach? No. Okay.
See,
I do
going
want to clear
back
the air. I
whole
want to clear
high
the air
school-
on something. I want to clear the air
Okay.
on something. So we made a short about that nobody's buying Nintendo Switches because I said nobody's gonna buy a Nintendo Switch for Princess Peach, and somebody said I was sexist because I said that, and that is not no, that's not what I meant. People don't buy Switches for Kirby. People don't buy Switches for like Captain Toad or like these, smaller titles. I mean, people are going to buy, there's nothing right now that people are going to buy a Nintendo Switch for. There's no Zelda. There's no Animal Crossing. There's no Mario. There's no Donkey Kong. There's no Smash Brothers. There's no Mario Kart. Like, nobody's going to buy a Nintendo Switch in 2024. Zero sold in 2024.
Oh boy.
But yeah,
Wonder how that one's gonna
if it
go.
did come off as sexist, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I did not think of it that way. I mean, it is not a game for me. I know that, but I'm happy for people that it is for.
Yeah, I still think that they would sell Switches for if it was a Princess Peach.
If there's a
Switch, I think-
special edition, yes.
Yeah.
But if it's not a special edition, no. Nobody's going to be like, oh, I need to get a Switch to play the Princess Peach game.
Yeah.
Or like, what else is coming out? There's nothing coming out. Yeah, there's nothing coming out. Nobody's gonna be like, I need to buy a Nintendo Switch to play Luigi's Mansion 2 again. Like, no, nobody's gonna do that. Maybe Paper Mario, maybe, but like 3 people.
Yeah, but I mean, I think at this point, so many people own a Switch that
I own 6. I'm doing my part. I'm trying to get it to be the best-selling console ever, and you guys are slacking. Start buying more Switches.
oh,
We're over an hour. It's getting weird.
well, we got just a couple more questions.
Okay. This is from SAZ. I don't know. That's how you say that. What is your favorite thing about your co-host? You go first.
Genuinely, I do think that you can be very trolly. However, yes. However, you are very thoughtful about the things that you say or do, and always like in this moment, just talking about the Princess Peach switch, you corrected yourself if that was like something that you said. Like if you think that it was wrong, then you corrected it. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that you are a very thoughtful person, and it may not come off that way to a lot of people. And that's just something that I really appreciate about you.
I try, like, I am trolly and I do things on purpose
Mm-hmm.
to get reactions, but I really try not to offend anybody. Like personally, like not personally attack, but just like attack a group of people. I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody takes it that way, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Like I don't have anything against women or the LGBTQ community or anybody like that. I'm just, if I say something wrong and I know it's wrong, I will own up to it. But if it's something just trolly, I'm not gonna back down. I'm just gonna roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, I think you try to stay positive as much as possible. And like I know I could tend to get very negative, and I've noticed that I am more negative now, and I need to change that. So hopefully talking with you will help that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in that sense, sometimes being positive, it's a good thing, but like you also, it's okay to feel the way that you feel sometimes and express the way that you feel, because that just creates conversation. And with this podcast, I've noticed in particular, like there's probably things that I could say or speak up a little more, but then I worry about not making it positive or that it's sounding negative or whatever. But like we all have to speak our truth, and so I do like that you don't really hold back. Like you are thoughtful, but you don't hold back if you have something to say, which is what makes you you. You're John Ebo. People know you for that.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
We got a comment on TikTok. It was like, whenever I see this guy's face, I know something stupid is going to come out of his mouth. Like, okay, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
You're not wrong. And then the last one that we got, Johnny.
That's from Gotham. It says, "Do you watch anime? And if you do, which one is your all-time favorite?" My all-time favorite is Cowboy Bebop. I love that it's a space western about a couple bounty hunters traveling our solar system trying to collect bounties. The music and the fast-paced fight scenes are amazing. Oh my god, we're losing it. We're losing it.
Yeah.
I have tried manga, and I couldn't really get into it. Like I tried Demon Slayer, and Chainsaw Man. I want to try to put this in a way to not upset anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Those stories are not for me. Not for a 36-year-old man. I do not relate to high schoolers. And I should not. I have tried more mature ones like Berserk, and those are okay. But I haven't watched the anime, really.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of in the same boat. I've dabbled a little bit last year in anime, and so like I think there's probably some more dabbling in 2024. And like the ones that I can say that I've watched, I don't really know if they count as anime. Like I don't really even know what the definition would be, but
it's an animation made in Japan. That's literally the definition.
So right, so then there's some like Netflix animated shows that probably wouldn't count or are Western.
I mean, I would consider them, and like I don't think was it Blue Eyed Samurai? I don't think that was made in Japan.
I don't think so. No.
But I mean, I would consider that like anime adjacent.
And we've watched Dota, Dragon's Blood. That series was pretty good. Arcane, I guess, that's not really anime. It's just more animated, I think. But Kuroko's Basketball, I think is what it's called. That was an anime in Japan, so I've watched that. But we watched the live action One Piece, so it has made me curious to like kind of get into One Piece.
Apparently, One Piece is like overwhelming.
Yeah, there's like
over
so many episodes.
I know there's like over 100. Well, there's like 1,000 episodes of the anime,
Mm-hmm.
and there's I don't know how many volumes of the manga there are, but there's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I just watched recently Your Name, which was very good. And so there's still like Miyazaki films I have to watch too. I've only seen Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. So, yeah, I mean I'm interested in more anime, but I really haven't watched too many.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna try the One Piece live action.
Yeah.
Because that was on that list of top 10 shows.
It's fun. It's a good time. Like the acting at first is like, ooh, I don't know if I can get through this, but then it just becomes charming. Like I think the characters the actors play their characters really well. And Luffy basically, if you like Ted Lasso, I think you're gonna like One Piece because he is the Ted Lasso of pirates.
Oh, you know what we watched? I don't know if it's anime. It probably is actually. Pokemon Concierge.
Oh yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, it was cute, charming.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but they're like 15-minute episodes, right?
Yeah, there's only 4 of them. It was really quick. We watched them all building Lego, and that's not a kid show. 100%.
What do you mean?
The protagonist is way too relatable. Way too relatable.
Huh.
Yeah. You'll understand when you watch it.
Okay.
But that is not that's not a kid show.
Well, it just makes me wonder. It seems like Pokemon has been doing that recently. Like Pokemon Sleep was for adults or for
Because they know where the money's at.
yeah,
Just like
It's
every company's doing it. Everybody like Lego, Disney.
Yeah. Well, it
Every
was the
company's
term
doing
in what 2023 was Kadults or something like that.
Yeah. I forget what it was. But yeah, that's where the money at. That's where the money. I'm a dink. We're dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. So that's the community patch.
We
notes
did get one.
episode.
I did get one on my personal YouTube.
Oh yeah, go for it.
It was, what was your favorite kingdom in Mario Odyssey?
Ooh. Do you have the answer?
I want to say Bowser's Kingdom,
Yeah.
but also it's ironic. I hate Super Mario 64, but I liked the Mushroom Kingdom.
Wow. What a hypocrite.
Because no, it's not a hypocrite. Because they updated it to be modern. That's what we need. Oh, somebody asked about the remaster or remake. That's what I want. Super Mario 64 remake.
Oh yeah, that would go well with the community after they purchased a $60 package of.
Yeah, they
3D
won't be happy,
All-Stars.
but they'll buy it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the Wooden Kingdom,
Okay.
but I think I like the music to it.
Yeah, the music is good.
Like
and
that
I like
bass comes in strong.
And I like when you go down like underground.
When you
You
yeah.
jump over the side and you end
Yeah.
up like underground. Like, I thought it was cool.
Forgot about that part.
That game
honestly.
is so good.
Yeah, apparently there was a study that it cut like 50% of depression.
I
Like,
agree.
if
I
you
mean,
were
I can
playing it.
understand. I
Yeah,
can
it's a fun
understand.
time.
Yeah, they need to release another one like tomorrow.
Would they do Odyssey 2? Or is it a
No,
new?
it's gonna be different. This is gonna be
I
something
think so
different.
too. Yeah.
As long, especially if it's on a new system, like they're not gonna put a sequel on a new system. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why Galaxy is the only sequel for Mario. Well, in 3D Mario.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But I wish they made a sequel of Odyssey or gave us more Mario faster. Like, we're 6.5 years in. So, whatever. That was the question I got over on YouTube.
Nice. I think it's going to be a really exciting year, even though right now we don't know too much about 2024. Something is happening. Like that's the anticipation of what else is in 2024 because we just don't know a lot. Is
Yeah,
going
or
to
it's
be
not,
a fun year.
and we're going to be really bummed out.
Maybe.
But-
I don't see that happening. I don't. You can't just like pump the brakes, right?
It's Nintendo. They can do whatever they want.
That's true.
But yeah, that is the first episode of 2024. We'll be here all year. Thanks for listening. Hopefully my voice wasn't too bad.